So, so we're at the Gartner event. I mean, let's just get into the nuts and bolts of it. How many times did you guys run across people selling AI this week?
Okay, so there was 350 vendors.
So 600 times.
350
like that,
vendors.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's it's interesting that I don't even think that they know really what that means. What AI means and how it actually applies, but they kind of have to throw it up on the screen and on their boards.
Otherwise, like you were saying earlier, we were talking earlier, like a few years ago, if you had come here and you said we have AI or agentic or whatever, they'd have laughed you out of the room. Now, if you don't say it, people are like, well, what's wrong with you?
Right.
Yeah. So even before it wasn't even AI, like you mentioned, machine learning.
Yeah.
It's like all the CISOs. I used to go to these, I used to call them CISO speed dating events. They're thought leadership.
Oh, like the SINET stuff and some of those.
Yeah, and CDM and Cyber Risk Alliance. And so the keynotes, the CISOs were always talking about, 5-6 years ago, that if you mention machine learning or AI, I'm just going to ignore you. Now they only want to know, like, how's the AI applied to your product or what you guys are doing. So it's been a very interesting paradigm shift, and obviously I think it hit right after 2022 with OpenAI and ChatGPT coming out,
which was down on Tuesday, by the way, if anyone didn't see that news.
Well, between that and then a bunch of Indian developers.
That was a heck of a story, right? Yeah.
So this is totally tangential, but I don't know if y'all saw the article, and it was actually pointed out to me by one of my good friends over at Beyond Identity. Did you know that in France, they actually pushed legislation recently to basically block pornography inside of France digitally? So the Great Firewall of France, essentially.
Oh.
Fast forward to the day after they pushed the law, VPN usage grew 3,000% one night. So if you really need to know why the VPN is valuable, there you go.
I think you see that in Florida too, because there's the laws where you have to show your age.
Oh, okay.
So popping out around that, I think is going on too.
That's what the VPNs are used for. So porn mitigation.
Yeah, but it's like at least
it's not even a security device unless you're reaching back to your network.
The consumer use of VPNs have gone up 3,000%.
Nord stock just went through the roof.
Exactly, NordVPN.
You might be in the wrong business. I've got to start creating VPNs and pushing legislation.
Exactly, find every country that's blocked it and just go, here you go.
So, so between that, the other thing that's interesting is not just AI, but zero trust. That's like...
You heard that here in Gartner, right? So I just want that on the record.
Yes, here in Gartner. And the thing is, it's not, what they're saying is not a buzzword anymore. I mean, it only took 15 years to actually get applied. I mean, you've been preaching it for 9 or 10. Right?
There you go, John. We beat them. We win.
Finally, it's just persistence. That's what it takes. But which is funny because if it's never trust, always verify, how does it apply in a world of AI?
Right.
Where is AI considered a user? Is it considered a device? Is it just considered an application? And can you how does that work?
That's a really good question, because that's what keeps kind of crawling up in conversations, right? Is what do you classify agentic as? Like you were saying, it's a non-human identity.
Non-human identity,
right? But that's such a newish problem. Like NHI has just recently become a thing,
right?
So I mean, what do we do with it?
We're still trying to figure that out. I mean, that's where we're at, and the way that the agents are working, where we're going to do all this. I mean, we haven't been able to get permissions right for humans ever. And now we're going to let AI out there as agents being able to make its own decisions that we don't always understand why it came to this. There's definitely some concerns with that, I think, and well warranted. But in the same breath, I mean, we have to adjust the way we've always adjusted to new technology and things. Luckily, we do have things like zero trust where we can kind of do that. I mean, imagine trying to wrangle this in with the old way of dealing with,
We got firewalls and we'll keep it out.
Right.
And that is officially
inside
dead,
wild,
buried.
Wild West. That would be horrible right now. So I think it's great that we have some of these technologies and things in place already to help deal with this issue. But it's just another technical hurdle we're going to have to figure out. And it is going to change. And we're going to find out that certain things don't work, I think. And we're going to adjust fire.
But do we think that you can apply the same principles to people that you can apply to AI, right? And then, point. Would you does it really need to change, or do we use the same technology that we've been using for the last 15 years, but get them right and apply them to AI? To your point, if there's what if you actually give AI or agentic AI is handling privilege access management,